you want to turn that mic on and just tap it real quick? It was me, I got it.
I want to take a video. Come on, just smile.
It's the worst. We don't do smiling.
Okay, you're good.
Hello, Alice.
Sorry.
You want to make sure he's not going to try and do the whole show from right behind the staff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the colors have been presented. Would you please all rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats and join us in singing the national anthem.
Oh, sing and you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Scott Thompson with Big Radio and the Kittleson Law Firm here in town. I'll be your MC tonight for the opening ceremonies. From the Alps of Switzerland to the rolling green hills of Greene County, we salute the Swiss roots that led to the cheese and dairy industry that is part of our past, our present, and our future here in the region. On stage tonight, we are so pleased to have the Monroe Swiss Singers under the direction of Deborah Krause-Smith, and we invite you to listen as they sing the Swiss national anthem. Since we've gathered last, a number of folks have passed away. People who have been hugely important to the cheese industry or involved here with Cheese Days in various ways. A tradition that we have at Cheese Days is before we do celebrate, we pause to honor them. Here they are. Entertainers that passed away in 2019, Herman Bloom and Gaylord Vagley. Cheesemaker helper Carl Munns. Cheesemaker, Cheese Days King, Manacor Yodel Club, Ernest Yagi. Manacor Yodel Club, Jules Flory. Cheesemaker helper Keith Holcomb. Spouse of a cheesemaker, Bonnie Seehoser. Cheesemaker Wilbert Classy. Cheesemaker helper Scott Kemper. Chair for the Parade Reception, Fran Albright. Spouse of a cheesemaker, Arlene Stottleman. Cheesemaker Helper, Elvin Reese. The Yodel Club member and Manicore member, Dean Strife. Spouse of a cheesemaker, Irene Kitchenman. Turn and swing and entertainer, Helen Kratiger. Cheesemaker, Joe Tischer. Monroe City Band, Robert Gressman. Greene County Egg Chess, Cream Puff Lady, Bonnie Gerner. Monroe City Band and Turn and Swing, Rose Winger. Chair of Cheese Days Bike Ride, Frederick Blanc. Cheesemaker, Monroe Swiss Singers, Manicore Yodel Club, Ernie Halter. Cheesemaker, Frederick Kummer. Heart of Cheese Days Exhibit, Richard Nussbaum. Cheesemaker Helper, Dale Larson. Cheesemaker Helper, Delano Joe Marty. Plant Manager for Trumpy Cheese, Jerry Schmoll. Cheesemaker Helper, Elvin Straub. Cheesemaker, Ernest Steinman. Cheese Grater for J.S. Huffman and Kraft, Jamie Crawford. Antique Tractor Show, Ray Bowen. And Cheesemaker Helper, Donna Lee. Folks that we have lost in 2021 include Cheesemaker Helpers, James Bechtold and Dennis Barrett. Together with entertainer, Greg Anderson. Burkhalter Accordion Band, Betty Wall. Monroe Swiss Singers, Rosa Ahmed. Entertainer, Cheryl Schuler. Cheesemaker, Daniel Holland. Manicore Yodel Club, Robert Williamson. 42 employee at Chalet Cheese Factory, the original Limburger Queen, Carol Trudeau. Monroe Swiss Singer, Alma Thurlman. Cheesemaker Helper, Gail Svensson. Manicore, Herman Feller Jr. Cheesemaker Helper, Jeanette Gobley. Antique Tractor Show, Merlin Mavis. Entertainer, Alice Weiss. Cheese Days Queen, first female co-chair of the festival, committee chair, and parade marshal, Lois Castor. Monroe Swiss Singers, Karen Kennison. Stage committee, Ron Rufner. Cheesemaker, Emil Mike Rufner. And spouse of a cheesemaker, Betty Geisbuehler Hughes. These are folks we lost in 2022. Dennis Burry, Cheesemaker Helper. Cheesemaker Helper, Dr. David Reese. Cheesemaker Helper, Betty Edgar. Manicore, Yodeler, Turn and Schwang, Fritz Wenger. Antique Tractor Show, Joe Best. Cheese Days Queen, Entertainment Committee, Festival Chair, Entertainer, Monroe Swiss Singer, Parade Marshal, a Swiss chick. The stage is named after her, Martha Burnett. Cheesemaker Helper, Fred Roof. Heart of Cheese Days Exhibit, Ernest Posner. Raffle Co-Chair, Christine Norder. Cheesemaker, Jeffrey Kramer. Cheesemaker, Ronald Balsiger. Cheesemaker, Roger Stoll. Monroe Swiss Singer, Jackie Henniger. Cheesemaker, Richard Vinger. Cheesemaker, Jeffrey Mattis. Monroe Swiss Singer, Gisela Hall here. Cheese Days Queen, Co-Chair Royalty, Parade Appearances, Melva Chance. Cheesemaker Helper, Tom Pettit. And Cheese Days Queen, Dorothy Bidley-Meyer Weil. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a moment of silence for those we have lost. Greene County has been referred to as the epicenter of Wisconsin cheesemaking. There are more Wisconsin master cheesemakers here than all the rest of the state combined. On stage here tonight will be artisans who make the best cheese in Wisconsin, and for that matter, the best in the United States. And let me go one step further. Actually, some of the best in the world. Here tonight to introduce them and to tell you about a few special awards is Rob Bradley, President of the Foreign Type Cheesemakers Association.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to announce the cheesemakers. If you can come on stage. These are some of the folks that have dedicated their livelihood to this great industry of cheesemaking.
I'm gonna sneak on the
First, we have John Yagi for the Center for Dairy Research. And then Gary Grossen, also with the Center for Dairy Research. Do they let you come up here even though you're retired? Do they let you come on stage even though you're retired? Then we have Jamie Farney with Chalet Cheese. Richard Buss Jr. with Chalet Cheese. We have Steve and George Stetler of Decatur Dairy, followed by Matt Hensley of Decatur Dairy. Chris Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese. Randy Pittman with V&V Supremo. And Jay Kaufman with Zimmerman Cheese. These are just a fraction of some of the great cheesemakers from the local factories and the university that help make this industry great.
Thank you.
Every year at the Greene County Fair, there's a great cheese competition, and then we take the average of the best cheese at that competition to announce the grand champion cheesemaker. And this year, it's Decatur Dairy Cheesemakers, represented by Matt Hensley and Steve Stetler. Two years running, there was Dill Havarti at an average of 99.6 score. That's out of 100.
Wow.
We also have one more award tonight, and that's the Big Cheese. The Big Cheese is awarded to somebody who has contributed their lives to promoting cheese in the cheesemaking industry. And we have George and Steve Stetler. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Tomorrow, folks, you have a unique opportunity for you to see cheesemaking in action the old-fashioned way. You can watch two of Greene County's Wisconsin master cheesemakers. It's going to be Jeff Weidman and Gary Grossen. They're going to lead the old-time copper kettle cheesemaking demonstration. That's going to be on the north side of the square. That's about noon. That would be great for the kids to see that. Thank you, cheesemakers. We look forward to celebrating with this weekend. Maybe a beer or two, maybe this weekend. And also taste your award-winning cheese at the Big Cheese Tent. Ladies and gentlemen, some of our master cheesemakers of Greene County. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce to you, she's made a special appearance with us today. She is a very busy young lady. She's headed over to Milwaukee County for 3 appearances tomorrow. She comes to us from Racine County. She is the 75th annual Allison Dairyland, Taylor Schaefer.
Well, good evening. My name is Taylor Schaefer. I am currently serving Wisconsin as the 75th Allison Dairyland. As Alice, I serve as the official ambassador for Wisconsin's $104.8 billion agriculture industry. Now, I started as Alice back on July 5th, but my story on agriculture goes all the way back to Racine County, where I grew up on my parents' beef and crop farm. Really traveling Wisconsin and traveling the country for livestock shows is ultimately why I decided to pursue agriculture professionally. I graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison earlier this year with degrees in animal sciences and life sciences communication with a certificate in digital studies, and again kicked off my year as Alice on July 5th. Now, since then, I've driven about 8,000 miles, but I can tell you that today at the Greene County Cheese Days event, this is only day one, but this is truly one of the most high energy, fun events that I have been to so far. to celebrate Wisconsin dairy. Let's give another round of applause to all of our master cheesemakers here with us tonight. Here in Wisconsin, we're so fortunate that about half of our state's total agriculture industry is dedicated to the dairy industry. We make over 600 types, styles, and varieties of cheeses in Wisconsin alone, and our agriculture industry as a whole exports to over 150 countries. I have met people from all over the world that say they love Wisconsin cheese. So this weekend, eat plenty of it, celebrate our master cheesemakers, our cheesemakers, our dairy farmers, and everyone in between that makes this industry so strong here in Wisconsin. But certainly if you'd like to follow along on my journey as Alice beyond this event, you can find me on social media or on my website at AlisonDairyland.com. Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and make sure you eat plenty of cheese while you're here. Thank you.
All right, Taylor, thank you very much. Appreciate that. With today's procession, we honor the centuries-old tradition of herdsmen bringing the cattle down from the Swiss Alps at the end of the grazing season. This takes place after a summer spent in the mountains where the herds have been dining on tall grass all summer long, which is ideal for crafting delicious alpine cheeses. We'd like to thank Dan Weckmueller for bringing the beautiful brown Swiss calf from his farm to take part in this procession. Ed and Mandy giving Ruth the bouquet of flowers, pinning the boutonniere on the king. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you our 2022 Cheese Days King and Queen, Gordy and Ruth Bergman. Gordy, I know you're oftentimes a man of few words unless you have a beer in your hand, but you have a few words to say?
Yes, I do. Just a few. Well, good evening. Welcome everybody to Greene County Cheese Days 2022. The Queen and I are very honored to be here again. We'd like to thank you for being here. We have waited 4 years for this and we are ready to have some fun. So, if this is your first Cheese Days, get ready to party! And if you've been here before, party on!
There you go. Thanks, Gordy. And of course, Ruth is here as well. She said Gordy's going to say it all, so Gordy just said it all. The tradition of having a Cheese Days Prince and Princess dates back to 1982. This year, the Cheese Days have selected Braun King as Prince and Addison Wolf as Princess. I guess I'm going to go to girls first. Addison, do you have anything to say?
Well, hi everybody, I'm Addison and my mom and dad are Kristen and Tim Wolf, so that's all I have to say.
Okay, all right. Well then, I'll have to ask you a question. What has been your favorite public appearance so far before tonight? Where have you been that you've really had a good time at?
Definitely Curd Fest.
Curd Fest, and where was that?
Madison.
Madison. All right. Okay. And what does your boyfriend say about you being so late at night late night here. What is he saying about that?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. I knew inquiring minds would want to know, so that, okay. Well, Braun King is here. Braun, tell us about yourself. Tell about yourself and your parents.
Hello, my name is Braun King. My parents are Stephanie and Aaron King, and I'm so excited that you are all here.
All right, Braun, I'm going to ask you the same question. What has been your favorite event so far that you've been to in promotion of Cheese Days?
Same as her, Kurt Fest.
Oh, really? That's been the same one? Okay. And I guess I'll ask you a little bit different question. Have you found that outfit to be a real girl-getter?
No.
Oh! Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. As far as a great pair, not only are they cute, they're great kids. Also, they have really nice parents as well and families. We'd like to thank the King and Wolf families for all their parade appearances. It's a lot of work with the kids and other things that they've done to promote the festival. Could you give them a hand too? Let's complete the royal family now with the Cheese Days ambassador, Tess Zettel. Tess has been working all year to promote the festival. She also serves on the Cheese Board of Directors. She grew up on her family's small dairy farm just south of Judah, continues to be active. She attended UW-Platteville, holds a bachelor degree in animal science, emphasis in dairy, minor in public relations, involved in the aid community in various ways. Tess also happens to be employed by Kuhn, one of the major sponsors of the festival. Ladies and gentlemen, Tess Zettel.
Hi everyone, as mentioned, my name is Tess Zettel and I'm your 2022 Greene County Cheese Days Ambassador. I work at Kuhn North America as their Product Management Administrator, where my primary focus is the creation of our pricing catalogs for domestic and export products. And as you can see behind me, there are numerous sponsors, and Kuhn happens to be a major Will of Spice sponsor. So a big thank you to them and everybody else that you see up here listed. We are so incredibly fortunate to come from a community where individuals and businesses really come together right here in Cheese Days.
Yeah, thank you. And give an applause for Tess and the entire royal family for their hard work in promoting and now for the weekend, working Cheese Days. We'd also like to thank all of the hundreds of volunteers who are working so hard this weekend. And finally, we'd also like to thank all of you as well for being here to celebrate with us. There's so many fun things that are happening this weekend. We have Boogie and the Yo-Yos on stage tonight, TDS Kids Street on Saturday, free family fun. Wedgie Cheese Days mascot's 10th birthday party, that's tomorrow. And right here, that's going to be at the Martha Burnett main stage at just after 2 o'clock. And don't forget, Sunday, we have the big parade. The weather, our staff meteorologist, Carl Kopatic, is going to hang in there in terms of the weather. Now it's time for great food, fun, and catching up with old friends that you haven't seen for a while. Maybe there's going to be some dancing, and maybe with a little beer, maybe some yodeling, right? Welcome to Monroe, and welcome to Cheese Days.